Welcome to the 16th tutorial in Python. Today we're going to learn about string operators. Hello everyone, my name is Sairam and I'll be teaching you Python today. So, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And don't forget to like the video and let's get straight into it. It's time to return to the two arithmetic operators which we've learned before, the addition and the multiplication symbol. Now, we're going to learn that they have a second function. They're able to do something more than just add and multiply. We've seen them whether arguments are numbers, floats, or integers. But now, we're going to see that they can handle strings too. The first step using the addition symbol is called concatenation. The plus sign, when applied to two strings, becomes a concatenation operator. Let's take print and let's take a string Python plus tutorial. When we run it, we can see Python tutorial in the output. But it's quite different by then separating them with a comma. As you can see, the plus symbol naturally does not leave a space between the two arguments. But if we used a comma, it would leave a space. So if we are concatenating two strings, we have to add our own space, which can be simply done by putting a plus, double quotes, and putting a space, an empty space, and adding another plus, and fixing this double quote. And once we run it, we can see the same output, but this time we've added a space. So from this, we can understand that the plus sign simply concatenates. Concatenates basically means it glues together the two string arguments into one. Of course, like its arithmetic sibling, it can be used more than once in an expression, as we've seen here. Over here, we use the addition symbol 2 times. And also, it uses left-sided binding, just like the addition which we've learned before. It does not print tutorial Python. It prints Python tutorial. Now, if you want your plus sign to be a concatenator and not an addition symbol, you must ensure that both its arguments are strings. Let's say Python, but this time we'll add it, we'll add it to an integer. You will see it results in an error, type error. Can only concatenate string, not int to string. We cannot concatenate ints to strings. Let's look at a quite simple example. Let's make a normal greeting board. Let's take our first name as fname is equal to input. May I have your first name, please? Question mark. And let's leave a space over here. Next line, lname is equal to input. May I have your last name, please? Question mark, space. Then we can print thank you, space. Sorry. Go on to the next line and print quotes your name, is space plus fname plus, and since the addition or concatenator symbol does not leave spaces between the concatenated strings, once again we have to add our own space, quotes, space, addition or concatenation, lname, and a full stop at the end. Now let's run it. May I have your first name, please? I enter my name, Sairam. May I have your last name? Sabella. If I run it, thank you. Your name is Sairam Sabella. Next, we want to move on to the asterisk sign. When applied to a sign and a number or a number and a string, as it remains commutative, it does not matter in which order, either string and number or either number or string. It'll print the same thing again. It is known as a replication operator. It replicates the string the same number of times specified by the number. Let's take print Python times 3. If you run it, we can see Python, Python, Python in our output. Now, let's try something different. If we try to replicate it with 0, and if you run it, we can see it prints an empty string. Now let's try with a negative integer, -1. Once again, it prints an empty string. So it can be understood that a number less than or equal to 0 produces an empty string. Now, we only learned how to use the int and float functions to convert a string into a number. Now, it's time to learn that we can also convert a number into a string. We can do that by taking a as 2, and we can print str of a, parenthesis a, and if we run it, we can see 2. But now, how do we check if it's an integer or not? We're going to use a special function, print parenthesis type of. The type of function tells us what data type an argument is. So if once I put a, it prints class int. Okay, that's it for today. Hope you had a great time learning and make sure to join in on the next tutorial. See you guys soon.